Over the last week, I heard from over 5,000 of our employees directly in emails, texts, or conversations. I've read everyone, replied to everyone, and people are angry, they're upset, they're exhausted, and they want action. They want a heck of a lot more than just saying we condemn the killing of George Floyd or many others. And they want to say what those actions are. As we read those emails and as I read them, it was very clear that our people wanted to say and how we shape our future. And instead of being defensive and talking about all the stuff we've done in the past, we're going to listen to our folks. And that's why we formed this Diversity Inclusion Council, which is going to advise us on what actions to take for the hundreds and hundreds of steps. It's a major step because they'll tell us the way going forward. And as you mentioned in the opening comments, sharing our annual Diversity Inclusion Strategic Plan transparently, the good and the bad, and where we have room for improvement annually with our people, that's how we'll get the sustainable action. And that's really what this is about, is not just having a good speech or a good word or a good statement, but moving beyond action that would ultimately drive the outcomes that Ursula was just talking about.
And Tim, PwC in the US tragically has first-hand experience of some of the worst outcomes we've sadly witnessed again in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Will, what is so disappointing is we are in the moment right now in 2020 with George Floyd and many others, but unfortunately we know these events and these killings happen over and over again. In 2018, we lost our associate, Botham John, who was watching TV in his apartment and shot by an off-duty Dallas police officer. In 2016, we had shootings in Dallas. In 2017, we had Charlottesville. As a business community and as our elected officials, we have to work together to take the action to get a sustainable solution. I'm proud about how our country is rallying now, but what we really need is a sustainable solution that is going to take business and government working together, which is a real foundation between the fellowship program that we've put in place. We're going to give 30 individuals the opportunity to spend 2 years working with nonprofits, working with public policymakers to really shape a sustainable solution. And we're going to invite the members of CEO Action for Diversity and Inclusion to also give their people the opportunity to do a fellowship, and we'll bring the scale needed to get an answer for the long term.
Tim, I looked at your management team on your website, and it is certainly diverse, and you have a number of blacks represented there. What about your workforce overall? I believe you employ 275,000 people. How diverse is it?
Yes, Sarah. So in the U.S., where we have 55,000 people, we, as you point out, we have one of the most diverse leadership teams, certainly the most diverse in our history, and one of the most diverse in the country. Our board, which is elected by our partners, is also massively diverse. We just had a record recruiting year, and tomorrow I'm excited to tell you we will admit 232 new partners, and 50% will be women and minorities. Now, I also want to be very clear. We have a long way to go, which is why 5,000 people reached out to me in the last 8 days. So while I'm proud of the progress and the outcomes, it's very clear to me we have a long way to go, as does almost every company out there, and we're looking forward to make even more of an improvement.
Tim, pivoting just slightly, at PwC, you consult with thousands of companies across the country. I wondered how you feel that they're doing in terms of the reopening of the economy and the coronavirus pandemic, and in fact, whether or not the coronavirus makes those racial inequalities even worse.
Yeah, so, Will, thank you. We have the privilege of working with hundreds of companies across the U.S., and we speak with hundreds of them on a weekly basis. It is clear the coronavirus has been very challenging for them, but what's remarkable to us is how well work is still being performed, whether it be office work being done remotely, knowledge workers being done remotely, or essential workers who are still being able to get work done. One of the key messages we're hearing from CEOs is that work will never look the way it did 14 weeks ago, and it's not going to look the way it does today. And we're seeing many companies reimagine what the future work looks like. And from my perspective, that gives us a massive opportunity to improve diversity in the workplace so we can create better environments for people who deal with long commutes, dealing with children. So as we look to see work get reimagined, the leading companies we're working with are also making diversity and inclusion a big part of the future of reimagined work.